Welcome to Big Sur, and this the ultimate travel guide.
In this video, I'll show you how to get here, how to get around, where to stay, where to eat, and what there is to do and see in this rugged and wild region on the California coast. Okay, it's important to very quickly define what Big Sur actually is. Big Sur is not a park in the traditional sense, but rather a 90-mile region along the central coast of California, between Carmel and San Simeon. Within this region, there are several state parks and protected areas, and all of this beauty is Big Sur. The most common way to reach Big Sur is by car. Highway 1 takes you through the region, and it's one of the most spectacular drives in North America. The nearest major airports are San Francisco International Airport and San Jose International Airport. Both are about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive from Big Sur. Well, getting around is really driving the Pacific Coast Highway through Big Sur. Fortunately, this is one of the great scenic drives in North America. It's a gorgeous drive, but it does have narrow shoulders and sharp drop-offs. And if you're driving a larger vehicle like an RV, well, that can be tricky. Another fun thing to be aware of are road closures. Mudslides are not uncommon, and winter storms or even wildfires have caused many road closures. So check the road conditions before you come. One final yet important point about driving this road is cell service. There's basically none, or at least it's very spotty. But either way, don't rely on it and download maps prior to your arrival. If you do need some help while in the park, there's a visitor center at Big Sur Station, which is located at the Pine Ridge Trailhead around mile 46 of Highway 1. Lodging in Big Sur is convenient, at least for the most part, to Highway 1. It will literally find everything from exclusive and expensive properties, such as the Post Ranch Inn and the Alila Ventana Big Sur, to basic and affordable inns. There's also private cabins, verbos, and Airbnbs in the region. In addition to the lodging in Big Sur proper, you'll find plenty of accommodation options to the north in Carmel and the Monterey Peninsula, although it's not necessarily inexpensive, and to the south in San Simeon and Cambria. My first time camping in Big Sur was way back in the early 1980s, and it was awesome. And it's then when I fell in love with this area. That being said, remember that camping in the summer is busy, very busy. There are many camping sites in the state parks throughout the region and private campground options as well. There's also backcountry camping if you don't mind doing it a little rough. There are plenty of restaurants in the region, and options extend from the relatively simple, such as the Big Sur Deli and General Store in the center of Big Sur, to fine dining at Sierra Mar Restaurant at Post Ranch Inn. And by the way, everything in between. My favorite place to eat, for what it's worth, is at the Pfeiffer. Big Sur is awash with many sights and attractions that are well worth seeing. We've already touched on the drive down the Pacific Coast Highway and that it can be a little slow, windy, and even scary. But it's also a crazy beautiful drive and one of the highlights of this area. There are many picturesque stops along the way, so be sure you allow enough time for such stops at any one of the incredible viewpoints that are scattered along the coast. Some of the more recognizable sights along the road include several amazing bridges. The best known of these bridges are Rocky Creek Bridge, the beautiful Big Creek Bridge, and the largest and most famous of the bridges, Bixby Creek Bridge. Big Sur itself may not be a national or state park, but the region is full of a number of spectacular state parks and nature reserves. Point Lobos State Natural Reserve has often been called the crown jewel of the California State Park System. Point Lobos is known for sightseeing, photography, painting, picnicking, and scuba diving. Garrapata State Park is a little less than 7 miles south of Carmel-by-the-Sea and 18 miles north of Big Sur Village. The park is a popular location to view California sea lions, harbor seals, and sea otters, as well as gray whales during their yearly migration. There is no main entrance to the park, although you can park at one of the several pullouts along the highway to access the park. Point Sur State Historic Park features the historic lighthouse, which is perched on top of a rather dramatic promontory. There are guided tours of the lighthouse in addition to the breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean. Andrew Malera State Park is located about 20 miles south of Carmel-by-the-Sea and is relatively undeveloped. But that being said, there's still plenty to do, and activities include hiking, fishing, and beachcombing, with miles of trails winding through redwood groves, meadows, beaches, and hilltops. If you're into surfing, it's also considered the most reliable surfing area in Big Sur. Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park is located about 26 miles south of Carmel-by-the-Sea and is an outdoor lover's paradise, as there are plenty of wonderful, albeit mostly short and easy hikes in this park. One of the main attractions in the park is a redwood tree, nicknamed the Colonial Tree. This is the largest tree in the park and is estimated to be somewhere between 1,100 and 1,200 years old. Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park is 12 miles south of Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park. The park is home to 300-foot redwoods, which are over 2,500 years old. But the main feature in the park is McWay Falls. The falls are located in a beautiful sandy cove and drop 80 feet over a granite cliff directly into the Pacific Ocean. There's a great lookout or overlook for that perfect photo. John Little State Natural Reserve is a small 21-acre natural area protecting a section of steep, rugged cliffs and bluffs along the Big Sur coast. So, can you go see it? No, there's no access, but it's nice to know that it's there. Lime Kiln State Park gets its name from the lime kilns that were in the lime calcining business from 1887 to 1890. There's also a beach, a redwood forest, and the 100-foot Lime Kiln Falls. There's also good hiking and sweeping ocean vistas. The Monterey National Marine Sanctuary is a federally protected marine area offshore of the coast. Stretching from Marin to Cambria, the sanctuary encompasses a shoreline length of 276 miles and 4,601 square nautical miles of ocean. The coastline of Big Sur has many famous beaches that are well worth visiting and exploring. Here are some of the best known and best beaches in Big Sur. Big Sur by itself is very impressive and well worth a visit, but there are some other terrific sites very close by and well worth visiting. Carmel-by-the-Sea is nestled along California's Monterey Peninsula and boasts picturesque beaches, art galleries, gourmet dining, and storybook cottages. It also had a pretty famous mayor, Dirty Harry himself, Clint Eastwood. Pebble Beach Golf Links is one of the most famous golf courses in the world and is most certainly on the bucket list of every golfer. The 17-mile drive near Carmel-by-the-Sea winds through stunning coastal scenery, showcasing rugged cliffs, pristine beaches, famous golf courses like Pebble Beach, and the iconic Lone Cypress. Hearst Castle is perched atop California's central coast and epitomizes opulence, grandeur, and, well, greed. Built by William Randolph Hearst, it features lavish architecture, exquisite art collections, and sprawling gardens. Admittedly, I haven't mentioned everything in the Big Sur area, as everyone has favorites, but some of the other attractions and sites include the Henry Miller Memorial Library, the Los Padres National Forest, and just outside of Big Sur, Monterey and Cannery Row to the north, and Cambria to the south. And of course, there are many art galleries and photography opportunities up and down the coast. Hiking is a real highlight in Big Sur, and the views are, as you would expect, spectacular. If you're planning on hiking, do check before you arrive if the hiking trails are open, as many do close due to weather, poor trail conditions, or closed roads.
So there you go, the beautiful Big Sur.